Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to another episode of Quip Corner with Ada. Our fruit for this month is olives. Remember? Okay. I'll put a link up there for you so you can get caught up after you watch this video, I hope. So, what are we talking about today? You'll need to join me in the Quip Corner to find out. See you in a bit. Thank you for staying tuned. As I said earlier, olives or olive is the fruit for this month. In earlier videos, we talked about some of the attributes of olives and how they are available all year round. I shared some of the, shall I say, life lessons we can get from olives in previous videos. And I'll put a link or two up there for you. Today, we're going to be digging into another life lesson, which goes, let challenges press you into your highest potential, like olives becoming oil. Let challenges press you into your highest potential, like olives becoming oil. I haven't been to an olive oil press. I don't know if that's what they're called. But I have had first-hand experience with a palm oil press. Yes, growing up in the village, actually next to our family house, there was a palm oil kernel press. And now and again, we had the opportunity of going with, of course, strict instructions of what we could do or not do. But we had the opportunity of going there to just see the process of, the kernels being gathered and then being crushed and squeezed, man, it's hard work. It's hard work. But eventually, you get good quality palm oil. I'm sure it's a more advanced way, but something similar for olives, getting the oil out of the olives. And that's what challenges are for us. But before I run away, telling you about my history and how this is true for me, let's read a quip. Okay? We'll be reading a quip from my fourth book. Okay, let me get it. So I'm not just talking. We'll be reading, let me get it. We'll be reading a quip from my fourth book titled 101 Quips and Quotes that will equip you for an amazing life. 101 quips and quotes that will equip you for an amazing life. So we're reading quip 40, not 40, quip 67. That's the one at the bottom here. Quip 67. Quip 67 says, if you change your perspective, you'll see the rocks in your way as stepping stones. If you change your perspective, you'll see the rocks in your way as stepping stones. Yeah, if you look at the picture, you'll see that they're rocks, but really, they give you a path through the water, through the stream or the river. I don't know which one it is. And that's how it is with the challenges we face in life. There's this saying that opportunities come dressed in work clothes. Yeah? Challenges are actually opportunities for us to get to that next level. But we need to see them as they are. Actually, let me rephrase that. We need to Embrace challenges as the gifts that they are. Let that sink in. No one starts off the day saying, Lord, send me as many challenges as possible. But Jesus even warned us and told us that in this world, you'll have trouble, you'll have challenges. But we should not worry because he has overcome. And because he has overcome, we can also overcome. Our response to challenges will determine whether, like olives, we're able to produce oil or not. It's all about reframing. A few weeks ago, I was going through a very trying time, needless to say. And I just kept saying to myself, what's the meaning of this? What is happening here? And I was really blessed to participate in a webinar where Rex Marks, it almost sounds like it's rhythmic, talked about what was the topic? Well, he was talking about discomfort and how discomfort helps us get to that next level. Challenges can be a source of discomfort. But depending on how we deal with them, or rather, the way we'll deal with them will determine whether or not we attain our potential, whether or not we get to that next place, whether or not we get elevated in our experience or even in our leadership journey or in our relationships. A life without challenges, dare I say, is one that is not going anywhere. Because really, if there's not much more to you, why would anything be challenged? So we need to consciously and consistently change our perspective to the rocks, whether they're little rocks, big rocks, whatever size of rocks. Look at the different rocks that are in your way. For all you know, they are your pathway to the other end, the pathway to achieving your goal. There's also another saying that I like that goes, a strong woman builds with the rocks that have been thrown at her, or something like that. Yeah, I know we'll soon be into the Women's Month, so maybe we'll talk about that then if I remember. But the question is, what do you do with the things that come your way? Do you remember the story of the donkey in the well? I think I shared it in a previous video. I don't know if I'll find it. But let me tell you the story. There was once upon a time story of a donkey that fell into the well. It was a dry well. And his master tried getting the donkey out unsuccessfully. He got help from others, unsuccessful, and was like, well, I guess this donkey is not coming out of this well. So they decided to put the donkey out of its misery and bury it alive. The story goes that as they poured dust, or dirt rather, on the donkey, that the donkey just shook it off and got on top of it. Shook it off and got on top of it. Shook it off and got on top of it. The donkey didn't just say, oh yeah, this is the current challenge and I'll just stay where I am, and then get dirt, bury him. Shook it off and got on top of it. That's the attitude we should have towards challenges. Face them and move up. face them and move up. Face them and move up. I'd love to hear from you how you cope with challenges. Some challenges can be challenging, dare I say. One more thing about challenges. A few weeks, or was it months ago, I was thinking about the word challenges. And I realized that change is required when you're facing challenges. Yes. Spell it out, you'll see. Change is embedded in challenge. Like we all know, change is a constant thing. We have no control over that. I actually have a quip that talks a bit about this, but I won't talk about that quip now, maybe another time. But change happens. Changing is our choice. And really, if you want to be ready for the next thing in your life, you need to be willing to change. Don't be one of those people who is happy with everybody else changing and they remain the same. Let your challenges shape you, change you, so that you can attain your fullest potential. So, like I said a few moments ago, I look forward to reading your comments on how you deal with challenges and the challenges that you felt may have overcome you, or how you overcame them, or, whatever. Bottom line, life happens. But remember, with Jesus, we already have overcome. All right, then. Till we catch up again, you take care and God bless you. Bye now.